Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. I have something really big to talk to you about today. Big as in your big toe, the great toe, the hallux. That big toe of yours has such an impact on our overall mobility. Just to give you an idea, I recently started with a new client and she sent me a video. We do an evaluation over video, and I was watching how she was moving, and I could see there was something going on at her foot. She had previously told me she had chronic knee pain. She's an avid tennis player, but the knee pain was limiting her ability to play tennis, and she was actually thinking about getting a knee replacement. So after I gave her a couple quick interventions on how to mobilize the big toe, within a couple weeks, she was able to start playing tennis again without knee pain. And she had been having this knee pain for years. So that gives you some significance on how much the big toe can influence our overall mobility. It can affect our knee, our hip, if we have a deficit in that big toe. So I just wanted to make you aware of that and show you some exercises you can start working on today that will start mobilizing that big toe. What we really want to focus on is getting extension of the big toe. When we walk, we want that big toe to extend. When it extends fully, it adds a lot of support to our arch of our foot. It allows our arch of our foot to support. It helps with shock absorption. It even controls 90% of the foot, that big toe. So again, I cannot tell you how important this is to start working on that big toe. And of course, over time, we can start to lose mobility in it. And especially if you think of the footwear we have today, with that excessive support with the footwear that's offered today, that it almost diminishes our ability to move our toes in the shoe. So anything we can do to start mobilizing that big toe, again, especially an extension, can again be so helpful for you in your quality of life as we get older. So let me show you some examples here. I hope you can see my feet down here. But again, when we walk, when we take a step, we want to be able to extend that big toe. We want to almost be able to get up on our toes. And as we carry that foot through, we keep that extension in our toes. And again, when we make contact with the ground, that extension in the toes, especially in the big toe again, allows that arch to be supportive, to be a shock absorber, and to take so much stress out of our knees and hips. If we don't have that mobility, we lack that support and shock absorption, and it's going to go right up the kinetic chain into our knees and hips. And over time, that's going to cause some problems, especially if you're really active, like my client I was telling you about earlier, who plays a lot of tennis, a lot of dynamic activity. So a great little exercise you can do today. You can just separate your feet, stagger your feet, and just extend up on those toes and try to pause and hold it. We really want to emphasize that extension again. And you can see I'm barefoot. So if you do not have any medical contraindications to walking barefoot, I would also highly encourage you to walk barefoot as much as you can in safe environments, of course. But walking barefoot again, getting out of those shoes with that excessive support is going to really help mobilize those big toes. So again, we can stagger the feet and just really emphasize, accentuate getting up on those big toes, getting that extension, and then we can follow through, holding that extension in the big toe, again, really accentuating it, making contact, and then following through with our weight. If you have some balance deficits, you can even hold on to a counter and do this little exercise. You can even at a counter, or if you don't need it, just extend up on your toes and do some little hops, trying to stay up on your toes. And that's not only going to work on the mobility of that extension in the big toe, but the stability and strength too. So again, just get up on your toes, little hops. Again, if you have some instability, you can hold on to a counter and do it. You can even try it on one foot, isolate one foot, staying up on those toes. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Another one I like too is you can get right down on the floor. So I'm on my hands and my feet And now I'm just going to extend up on those toes again, working on that mobility. Full extension through the toes and back down. So those are a couple great little ones to start working on. Even every time you change your shoes or you're getting into the shower, if you just sit down for a minute and just manually stretch your toes. You can cross your foot over and just manually stretch them, flexing and extending them just for a minute every day. And again, it can really compound over time and allow that big toe to work properly, taking the stress off our knees, our hips, even into our lower back. So I hope you see the importance of the big toe. It's called the big toe for a reason, right? It has a big job. It really covers a lot of ground in terms of our overall mobility. If you do have knee or hip or back pain, I always tell people start from the bottom and work your way up. If there's a deficit below, the joint above it, the muscles above it are going to have to compensate. There'll be compensatory movements, and they're not supposed to be doing that. And over time, again, that's going to lead to breakdown. Inevitably, it'll lead to breakdown. So start working on that big toe today. I hope that's helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.